welcome back to Gamer Sanctuary in Flint, Michigan. We had originally planned to be doing our continuing our Farewell to 5th Edition series, but 6th Edition dropped yesterday, and frankly we're all just too excited. We want to really get in here, dive in, and try some of the new rules. So we are going to have a pretty sweet bat rep for today. We have Tau Forever and his second army, his Blood Angels, versus Dustin making his appearance on YouTube channel with his Chaos Demons. So we'll see what some of these new rules can do for these guys. Lots of flying monstrous creatures, lots of fearless saves being taken away from the demons. Feel No Pain, Furious Charge kind of getting reworked for the Blood Angels. We'll see what happens. Let's tune in and see what the guys are bringing for their armies. Alright, here we are with Dustin and his brilliantly painted demon army. We've got a Bloodthirster and a Lord of Change for some flying monstrous creature fun. Some Flamers, which are going to be a pain in the neck to charge with that snap fire on their weapon. Auto hitting and ignoring armor saves. Now there's no AP value, just says ignore armor saves. Some Pink Horrors, whole bunch of Bloodletters. Some, I believe they're beasts or mounts of Slaanesh, I can't remember which. Squad of Plague Bearers for objective camping. And one Soul Grinder with his 4 hull points in the back. Not a whole lot of models, but with fearless saves being taken away, it should be a heck of a lot more survivable than it used to. Alright, let's have a quick look at Adam's Blood Angels. We've got a Librarian and Terminator armor with a Terminator Assault Squad. One Sanguinary Priest with a jump pack. And he is going to be attached to the 10-man Assault Squad. Then we also have 3 5-man Assault Squads in Razorbacks, 2 Assault Cannons, and 1 Last Blast. Furioso Dreadnought, hopping on board the Storm Raven with Last Cannons. And then we have a regular Predator with Autocannons, Heavy Bolters, and a Bale Predator with Assault Cannons. So again, we're going to see some Psychics, we're going to see lots of use of hull points, we're going to see some flyer rules, yep, it's going to be fun. I'm going to give you a shot of the table. We've got some ruins over here and some woods on this end. We're going to play with a little bit of cover. One of the things we really like at Fresh Coast 40K about these new 6th edition rules are how they're really pushing this idea of a narrative. I've always liked to build tables that are much more thematic. So we have the edge of a city, edge of a ruined city leading into some woods. And these rules are really helping us put this stuff together. But like I said, this is actually the end of Dustin's deployment. His demons, as you can see, are obviously not on the table. He's going to have the first turn as well. We'll come back and see what Adam has done after his deployment. Oh, one more thing. Night fighting is in effect for the first turn. I do like the random night fighting rule as well. So once Adam is deployed, we will talk about a couple of the other new things that 6th edition is bringing us. Alright, here we are with Adam's deployment. We've got Assault Squads and Razorbacks flanking this building with the jump troops. And we have the Autocannon Pred right here. In reserve, we have the Storm Raven, the Terminators, Librarian, Dreadnought, and Ball Predator. Predator is outflanking. This is the, what do we say, Hammer and Anvil deployment? Is that what it was called? Yep, Hammer and Anvil deployment, which is long way across the table. And of course, Dustin with his demons is just going to drop in wherever he feels like it. And again, with deep striking being a little bit safer, only losing your guys on a 1 and everything going back in reserves more often. I think demons are going to be pretty scary in 6th edition. Let's see what happens. Adam has decided not to steal the initiative, so Dustin is going to have the first turn. We'll tune back in the top of turn 1.
Within 6 inches of each.
Just had to show this real quick. Adam has magnetized his Storm Raven and his Dreadnought's feet so that the Dreadnought can just pop right off and right back on again.
Has a power weapon.
It's just so cute.
Alright,
top of turn 1, Dustin gets his chosen wave. Soul Grinder, both Greater Demons, and the Pink Horrors all come in, as well as the Bloodletters. They're hiding behind the building. But I think they're going to be safe from some return fire because, thanks to some good shooting, both the Razorbacks here in the front with the assault cannons have been destroyed, and due to some really poor leadership roles on Adam's part, both the units inside the transports are pinned. Only one other Marine died though, so Victory points at this point stand 3 to Dustin and 0 to Adam. Dustin does get the bonus kill point for drawing first blood for the secondary objectives. So let's move on to the bottom of turn 1 and see how the Blood Angels can respond. And it looks like, unfortunately, we're going to ignore the forest over here and just concentrate the entire fight here in the buildings. All right, bottom of turn 2, we see Adam's tanks move out a little bit and take some shots through the night fighting at the Lord of Change, who is swooping. Therefore, he's harder to hit. He's kind of treated just like a flyer. You need 6 to hit him. But if you do manage to hit, he might crash and burn and take a strength 9 hit. So it's nice to be able to knock flyers out of the sky like that. Flying monstrous creatures, anyway. Over here, the Assault Marines moved out of cover, shot at the pink horrors over here, and then assaulted them. The 8-inch assault range on the dice was real nice. They used their Hammer of Wrath attack. They get an initiative 10. And after a little bit of figuring out who gets to swing and how many swings and what initiative we do pile-in moves and things like that, the net result was all 4 of the pink horrors that were left were taken out by the Assault Marines. So we're going to move into turn 2. Let's see what kind of reserves Dustin can bring in. All right, here we are at the top of turn 2. Due to some good reserve rolls and good use of the Strategic Genius Warlord trait from the Lord of Change, all of the Daemons' force is now on the table. Use the banner to come in around the Bloodthirsters and cover. So everything is hiding here, ready to come assaulting onto the Blood Angels. The Lord of Change himself, he jumped in, tried to smash attack, swung around a little bit. Some of the things the monstrous creatures used to be able to do, get extra d6 on armor pen and ignoring armor saves, are a little bit nerfed. They don't get the extra d6, but they can make smash attacks where they get to re-roll the pen rolls and double their strength. So that's still pretty useful. But the basic monstrous creature smash attack is also AP 2, which essentially ignores armor saves. But the Lord of Change did nothing against the assault squad here, and returned did nothing as well. The Bloodthirster assaulted the Predator. He did use a smash attack. Had 3 attacks on the rear armor. Hit all 3. Strength 10 versus armor 10 in the back. They were auto pens and blew it up multiple times. No damage suffered to the Bloodthirster though. We'll see if Adam can launch a counterattack. He is losing vehicles and squads like crazy. All right, here we are at the bottom of 2. Adam's counterattack is proving to be pretty effective. The Assault Marines jumped into the beasts and wiped them out. I don't believe they lost a single Assault Marine. No, they lost 1. The combat here is still kind of drawing. The Lord of Change did take out 2 Marines. Here the Assault Squad jumped forward and took out some horrors. The Storm Raven came on, unloaded everything. All the Terminators and Librarian and Dreadnought assaulted into both squads of Blood Angels with the Blood Letters. The Dreadnought managed to take out quite a few. I believe he took out 10 of the Blood Letters by himself. But with the new Fearless rules, there's still an awful lot of Blood Letters to strike back. Only 1 Terminator died. And this game is giving us some pretty good handy tactics tools. We'll talk about them in a later video, I think, involving where to place your assaulting models to get the best benefit of the piling in at initiative stages. The Librarian used one of the new psychic powers as well. He cast Warp Speed on himself, so he is actually +2 initiative and has +2 attacks. He also tried to cast Leech Life on one of the Blood Letter units, and using the Deny the Witch power, Dustin promptly rolled the 6. So this is going to be an interesting fight to keep an eye on. Multi-assaults might be a little dangerous, losing that -1 attack, or not getting the extra attack from charging. But we can see the Flamers are still chilling. Both units of Plague Bearers are still hiding in the building. And as for the Storm Raven, after it unloaded its cargo, it shot 2 Bloodstrike missiles, the las cannons, and the multi-melta at 12 inches at the Soul Grinder. Got 2 penetrating hits and managed to roll 2 1s with both AP1 shots, which cumulative effect is just stunned, which the Soul Grinder ignores. So it took off 2 of the 4 hull points, but it is still completely dangerous. So we'll see where it ends up going next turn. Bale Predator back there as well. took some shots on the Flamers. Yeah, tried to whittle some of them. Some of the Flamers are gone, but we'll see what the Flamers ignoring armor shots are going to do against some of the Marines in powered armor. We'll tune back in the top of turn 3.
Drive-by.
All right, after the top of turn 3, almost everything in the Demon army is engaged. The Bloodletter again jumped over here and blew up another Razorback. That's the third vehicle it's taken out this game. Lord of Change has taken out another Marine, but he's not the best in combat, so it's taken a little bit longer than he planned. Flamers jumped around here and toasted a whole bunch of the Assault Marines, and then Plague Bearer and Flamer charged in there. Again, due to Fearless, the Demons are still just holding tight. They're losing number, but very slowly we're seeing Space Marines start to fall. Back around here, ooh, there's the Storm Raven. Terminators are still holding. The Soul Grinder runs around the corner and charges into the Dreadnought, so now it is engaged and safe from some of the shooting from the Storm Raven. The Dreadnought has been shaken, so it lost a hull point. And Bloodletters are slowly dying, and with the way pile-in moves are handled on initiative steps, you can see a lot of models being shifted around back and forth as you get to choose kind of where you want to direct your attacks. We've all been commenting that it seems confusing, but at the same time it's pretty intuitive. It makes sense. It's just going to take some getting used to. And then we have the Bale Predator still back here with only one possible target. The Bloodthirster way over there. Same thing with the Storm Raven. Only one thing for it left to shoot at. Kill point tally. Dustin is ahead 6-3. So let's see where we go at the bottom of 3. All right, bottom of 3. Combat is slowly starting to whittle down. The Soul Grinder finally took care of the Dreadnought, but not until after the Dreadnought had taken out several more of the Bloodletters. There's only 3 left from that large squad. The other one still has 6 though. Another Terminator was taken out, and the Librarian took a wound as well. Back over here, the other 5-man assault squad came in and finished off the Flamers. This combat is still kind of dragging on, and all the way across the board, we have the Storm Raven. He went supersonic, zoomed over here 36 inches because the flyer can still shoot 4 weapons. Unloaded them at the Bloodthirster, and I believe the Bale Predator did as well, and ended up doing nothing.
One wound.
Oh, he took 1 wound. I'm sorry, he took one wound. So it's still mighty angry. He's going to come back over here and see what else he can kill for the day. So we're going to move on into turn 4, and the kill point tally has Dustin up 8-4. So it's, even though the Demon army is being whittled down, they're still winning pretty handily. And we'll see at the after the top of turn 4. All right, bottom of 4, and it's the game is starting to look much more like Chaos Demons are going to pull it out. All the Terminators managed to die. Some really poor rolling, awful lots of 1s. The Soul Grinder charged in there. The Librarian actually made both the Storm Shield saves, so he's good. But he is all by himself, surrounded by Bloodletters and a Soul Grinder. That combat continues to spall. There's an unengaged assault squad here. Lord of Change jumped up and bolted Change to the Predator, blew it up. All of Adam's vehicles tend to get exploded results on the damage table instead of removing hull points. The Dreadnought and the Soul Grinder, though, it was nice to see the hull point mechanic in play right there. It does give a little bit more survivability in some cases, but multiple glancing hits are still going to wreck any vehicle. And over here, we had, I think what Games Workshop is going for when they're talking about cinematic gameplay, the Bloodthirster entered swoop mode and attempted to vector strike the Storm Raven. Because Vector Strike says you may attack flyers with this. He jumped over it. He got 2 attacks on the side armor, but failed to do anything. Would have been absolutely epic if he had wrecked the Storm Raven. And I think that is what Games Workshop is going for. That's that cinematic idea of the Greater Demon jumping in the air and body slamming the Storm Raven to the ground. But aside from that unengaged undamaged Storm Raven. The Blood Angels are not in good shape at all. So we'll see what happens in the bottom of turn 4. All right, here we are at the bottom of 4. The Bloodthirster is still alive. The Storm Raven went into hover mode, took some shots at it, and he made his invulnerable save. Back over here, combat kept going. Another one of the Plague Bearers is down, and the Bloodletters and the Soul Grinder managed to finally take out the Librarian. This assault squad did jump in here, and I believe the Plague Bearers managed to make all of their Feel No Pain saves as well. So it's really looking grim for Blood Angels. They have 7 Assault Marines, a Sanguinary Priest, and the Storm Raven left to go. So we're going to move on to the top of turn 5. All right, at the top of 5, we had the Bloodletters running around and surrounding the Assault Marines and doing what they do best and carving up powered armor. Over here, the Lord of Change and the Soul Grinder also jumped in on these Assault Marines. Blood Angels are down to 4 Assault Marines, 1 Sergeant with a Power Fist. And then over here, we see the Storm Raven going for the... Oh, it's destroyed. I'm sorry. I thought it was grabbing the objective. Nope, it got destroyed because it was in hover mode and the Bloodthirster assaulted it. Yet again, taking out another vehicle. That's what? 4 vehicles for the Bloodthirster? A Storm Raven, 2 Razorbacks, and a Predator? It's impressive for 250 points what these monstrous flying creatures can do. Rather than continue on, they've decided to call the game. The kill point total is going to be, I believe it's going to be 14 to 4, 15 to 4 because Dustin is also going to get the extra point for being in Adam's deployment zone. So this game actually was a lot closer than the points are showing. It really came down to a few lucky rolls and some admittedly very cinematic attacks from the Bloodthirster. I think overall we're all really enjoying these new rules. We think that the game is going to be seeing a pretty dramatic overhaul. It's got a lot of quirky features, a lot of things that we're really interested in exploring more, and you'll see that some of them in future videos. We're going to talk a little bit more about some tactics and whatnot as we start to unlock what other armies can do. So this is far from the last 6th edition bat rep we're going to be doing. We should have another couple more headed your way. 14th of July, we're doing our big 6th edition release party here at Gamer Sanctuary. We've got a swap meet. We've got Challenge a Fresh Coast team table. Lots of free goodies we're going to be giving away. Pizza. We're going to be gaming for the entire day. So if you're in the Flint, Genesee County, or Mid-Michigan area, or you want to drive up from Ohio, come up to Gamer Sanctuary on the 14th of July and challenge a Fresh Coast member. So this is Cerberus, and we'll see you next time.
Some things are better.
We're just dumb in the shows and sing. We don't got nothing, just a credit card to show. We're just young in the shows and sing. We don't got nothing, just a credit card to show.